once again to the Batia Sports Center in Kazan for the 85 A group medal final. And as you can see, pretty competitive field with Abti Akadov at the bottom of that first page there, the man who is amongst the favourites to do well today, the reigning European champion. And there you can see some of the records, but just to put this in perspective, as you see that, the snatch Universiade record is 165, the clean and jerk university record is 200, and the total is 365. What you're seeing there is the comparison between the university and world records. So we pick up the action now with the Russian Abti Akadov, second attempt at 162 kilos. And this man has had an air of confidence about his lifting for the past 2 seasons. As I said, the reigning European champion, but also very successful at Junior Worlds. And that's really the commentator's curse there. So a real surprise for me. That's alongside myself, David Goldstrom, Michaela Breeze, Commonwealth Games champion, and Michaela, we didn't expect that.
No, definitely not. He looked in great shape at the Europeans, very good technically, very sound under the bar usually. Small technical error there. I'm sure he's going to come back and nail that on his second attempt. I'm not too worried, I don't think he is either. More annoyed than anything. It's always nice to get your first one in so you can then try and, you know, just relax and go with it, but under a little bit of pressure now going into his second attempt. Yeah, just potentially limits his ambitions here, because he's a man who consistently lifts these days in the 170s, so 162, pretty modest opening, but as you say, he's only got 2 attempts in this first phase, and you sense he's... Yeah, he felt the pressure, but he answered the question. Yeah, so much better there. He almost looks a little bit, dare I say, under-challenged here. He doesn't look to be that psyched for this at the moment. But he's only 20, and he's not the only Russian in this competition. We've got lifters from the United States, a couple from Russia, Kazakhstan, Romania, Moldova, represented by 2 athletes, Ukraine in there, Turkmenistan. So it's a real international field. And one of the good things, and it's been a feature of the weightlifting here, is the attendances, which have been pretty solid in the Batia Sports Centre, and that's encouraging. The really good reactions from the athletes about these summer university games, the biggest ever, that really... The organisation here in Tatarstan has really done a fantastic job, and certainly my experience a couple of years ago at the European Championships led me to believe that this would be an outstanding summer Universiade. In picture now we're seeing Ukolov, also Russian, so Russians here posting a very strong team, coming out for his second attempt on 165. Nailed 160 first attempt. Yeah, and he's a year younger than Abti Akadov, his teammate, only 19, but already very much an achiever. The reigning junior world champion this season. Total 360, which is the entry total he's put in. And you can see 165 here for his second attempt. Already a good 160 under his belt, as Michaela alluded. Well, that was performed with ease. Small celebration there. That I believe is equal his personal best. Let's see how much further he's capable of going, but this is a very, very strong Russian team. Yeah, I'm just going to take you up on that, because in the Junior Worlds he did actually do 165. So... Oh, sorry, he did do 165. Sorry, you're absolutely right. I was thinking the 160 in my mind. But he did that with real ease. You saw the speed of the lift and the accuracy, absolutely 100%. This is Chernai, the Moldovan lifter now, 165, also second attempt. He also nailed 160 first go, so fired up, you can see. Ooh, lacking leg drive there, but very quick underneath the bar.
Yeah, I liked his control. He was in difficulty, but Chernai, Georgi Chernai, bronze medalist last season in Elat in the World University Championships, and there he only actually lifted 156, and most of his work in the last couple of seasons, because he is graduating from under 23 level, has been in the 150 range, so these are new marks for him.
Absolutely, we've got 3 lifters left in the competition now. Are they going to go crazy now and go for the 170s, or are they going to play it safe and just try and nudge ahead a little bit more? 167, 168 maybe?
Well, each of them also has to take into account how strong they feel with the second phase, the clean and jerk, but I think you have to react to circumstance. You wouldn't expect at the Universiade to see too many attacking world records, but the object of the exercise here is to win the title.
Absolutely.
And for the Russians, of course, Tatastan's an autonomous region, but nonetheless this is part of the Russian Federation, so it matters here that they actually succeed. Now, failed the first one, as you can see on the left there, got the second one, now we're up 5 kilos, 167, and this is 8 kilos below his personal best. The Olympic silver medalist of last season. Now he's on the way.
Just look at that leg stroke. Look how heavily built his quads are. That is the perfect build for a weightlifter. It's so solid, so compact, and it's great to see lifters now in the heavier category in really good athletic physical condition.
Yeah, but that lack of focus on the first attempt has actually restricted how far he can go. As you can see there, it's a university record with that attempt, 167, so by 2 kilos he takes the record away from Bouvet, who set that in Shenzhen at the last summer Universiade. And Russia take the lead in the snatch phase, but of course teammate Artem Okulov coming out here for his second attempt, former junior European champion, also medalist at junior world levels, as well as winning the World University Championships last season. But that was with 357, and already this year he's got to 360, which is his entry total. Apti Arkadov, his teammate, entered 365, and the other guy, Georgi Chernai, 360, and these are the principals at the moment. So the 3 men who entered the top totals are the men who are at the moment to the forefront in this first phase. 15 seconds for the lead and a new World University snatch record.
Absolutely superb. What a confident lift. This is a man coming into this competition in shape. Look at that, 3 kilo personal best, under pressure when it matters, 168 in the bag.
So Russia very much in command here. So it now leaves Georgi Chernai to come out for his third attempt, and this is interesting because he's lighter in body weight than Okulov, so the last lift could be to just grab the gold medal position at the halfway stage. And here he is. You can see he's taller, longer levers, arms almost out to the extension of the bar.
Okulov was a much better build for this, a lot shorter, more compact. Oh, and so nearly had a fight at the bottom there. You see the frustration in his face.
Well, he rather got away with it on the second attempt, but not the third attempt. So that leaves him on 165. So Russia 1 and 2, and it's Okulov ahead of Arkadov. Akadov, then followed by Georgi Chernai, and in fourth place the Romanian Gabriel Sinclayan, who's on 155. So the man in third place, this man is 10 kilos ahead of the man in fourth place. So already this competition has taken shape, Michaela.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a very interesting clean and jerk now. Three of them out there in the lead. They're going to be contending for top position. I'm looking forward to seeing how far they can push themselves here.
So they're just confirmation there, but you can see how the gap has opened up there between the rest of them, and it'll need some amazing standings or amazing efforts in the second half for a lot of those people from way down the order to come back, and that's with the B group results in there as well. Clean and jerk to come. So clean and jerk underway, and we pick up the action here with Yevgeny Yevstafyev of Kazakhstan, bringing forward only 153 kilos from the snatch phase. There you can see the tighter grip with the hands, more in line with the shoulders. 186 kilos on the bar, needs this to create a total.
All slightly wobbly overhead. All those elbows nearly unlocked. He's got that 3 white lights. That was very, very close to being a press out, but he got away with it. Press out means any flexion in the elbow. The rules are the bars to go to arm's length and stay there. There's not allowed to be any movement whatsoever in the elbows.
And that's a 338 total. He entered a total of 340, so with 2 attempts to come back, or to come, then he should easily surpass that, which will be one of the targets that he's set himself.
Yeah, coming out now, we've got Sinclayan of Romania. First attempt, 186 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, this guy's pretty experienced, only 24, but nonetheless 5th this year in Albania in the Europeans. Competed in the Beijing Olympics. Pretty good clean.
Very solid. Split nicely there, caught the bar at arm's length. And let's be a fairly conservative effort on his first attempt. He looks like a tired lifter though.
But remember, you see, he was 10 kilos out of the medals at the halfway stage. Why? Because he got a 155 and then failed twice at 160. And that really, I'm afraid, shot to pieces his claims for the podium for the day.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't put that behind him, but his body language doesn't come across as very positive at the moment. Let's hope he can step up now for a 190 plus on his second attempt.
Yeah, he's done 190, in fact 195 at this year's European, so it's certainly within his compass.
New weight, 190 kilos.
Going to 190.
Yeah, I think this is going to bring out first attempt for the Armenian lifter, Agassian. Agassian has posted a 195, but he's lowered his starting weight here. No, there's a change again.
Moldova. So we're looking at Chernai.
Yeah.
180 to open up. That's what he posted for his opening attempt. Now, of course, he failed that last attempt, so he is, at the moment, 3 kilos off the pace. Now, does this suit him better? The taller man with the longer levers.
Good extension on the clean, just dropped his chest as he tried standing. Very solid overhead in the jerk position. He's in the competition.
Yeah, that was Agassian. They switched back again, so...
Agassian is now coming out. I think we've got 2
No, it was Chernai.
Yeah, that's Chernai. Got Agassian coming out now,
yeah,
190.
It's Chernai. Yeah, sorry about the confusion. It was definitely Chernai who lifted this. And the 190 first attempt. So that 190 goes along with the 165. So he's already very much the leader in the clubhouse. 355. Now, Argassian. European under-23 champion a couple of seasons ago. That was at 77 kilos. He's now up to the 85 kilo class.
Oh, very quick. See how deep he got into that squat position. Very compact. Great levers again. Short arms, short legs, long back. Superb first attempt on 190.
But again, Nikita, his problem is where he ended up at the halfway stage, that 150 kilos, you see. You know, that takes him to 340, which leaves him 15 kilos off Chernai, the bronze medalist at the halfway stage.
So and at this level, you can't afford to be dominant in one lift. You've got to be efficient in both the snatch and the clean jerk, because obviously it's the overall total that matters.
United States, good to have an American here. The Americans who are going to host the World Championships in 2015 in Houston, Texas. Don't know how much Houston knows about weightlifting, but it'll be interesting to see. Michael Nakul.
Well, that was a hard clean. Just tried shoving that bar off his shoulders with his arms there. As a result, when he dipped the bar, almost parted company with his shoulders. He's got one lift under his belt, 186. That was 190. One attempt remaining. Let's see if he can recover in time now.
Yeah, the Americans, they do get lifters, but they're usually quite big gaps. You know, from such a population to choose a reservoir of talent, but they don't get that many champions over the years.
Well, he's opted for an increase in weight. This is probably a tactical decision to give him a bit more time to recover. The bar's going to 191, I think, for Sincrayan of Romania.
Yeah, at the moment he's sitting on a total of 331 to put him in perspective, but then again only made 1 out of 3 lifts on the snatch phase, and you know, you can see it being 1 out of 3 again and 2 out of 6. That tells you everything in terms of percentages. When you consider that, you know, Okulov is the standout man at the moment, because Okulov, who for Russia, who got 3 out of 3 in the first phase, led at the halfway stage. And Alexei doing some quick changes for his Kazakh charge, Yevstayev. This is the cat and mouse. This is the chess game that you can see. If the camera would focus, that would help us. And stay there long enough to absorb it.
Yes, I think it's indicating it's definitely Sincrayan out next on 191. Here he comes.
So this is a 5 kilo increase, and were he to get this, this would take him to 346. He's having a little bit of a head-to-head duel here with Yevgeny Yevstayev of Kazakhstan, so that's why Alexei, the coach there, was just changing the weights for the Kazakhstan lifter. 10 seconds.
Strong clean. See him working hard. Does not look to be that comfortable out there though, although the weight seems to go up okay. Body language doesn't tell me he's feeling great.
No, and these men who left too many kilos behind at the halfway stage really struggling now to get anywhere near the front 3. As long as they keep making their lifts, nobody's going to get to Akadov and Okulov and Chernai. I don't think so, but their destiny at the moment in the hands of those 3.
This is Kaptari now of Moldova, 191 on the bar, 3rd and final attempt. His previous best was 185. This is an increase of 6 kilos. not to be. Attempted a squat jerk with those. With that, you've got to be so technically proficient. You've got to be in a dead straight line because there's just no room for error. He's out of the competition.
Yeah, he's a man who's yo-yoed over the last couple of years between 77 and 85 kilos.
Yeah, made a mistake there. He didn't get the 185. He missed 185 twice, then increased it to 191. Unfortunately, that sees him out of the competition with no total registered. I believe this is
American. This is
Nakul.
Nakul coming in for his third attempt. Now, Nakul, 186, failed 190. They put it up a kilo, basically buying a little bit of time so he didn't have to follow himself. So he gets just that little bit more recovery. How much energy has he got? Has he got enough energy to clean it? That's the first big question.
That's going to have taken so much out of him. No legs left there, I'm afraid, on the jerk. That's game over. Finishes on a total of 331.
Yeah, just put that in, 331. I'll tell you how close that was to disqualification. His entry total was 350, 19 kilos, and you have to be within 20, so he's only just made it.
Today's stars, tomorrow's leaders.
Well, here's a man, Michaela, who must be feeling pretty good about himself because the bar's 192, he posted 190, he's had 3 good lifts in the first half. Things going well for the younger of the 2 Russians.
Yeah, he's got a personal best of 195, so this is starting very close to top weights. This is almost a very pressurised lift, I would expect now.
Well, this just isn't maybe an indication of where this young man's going. Remember, he's the junior world champion, and his teammate, Arkadov, is the European champion. And there were 28 kilos in difference between those 2 men in favour of Arkadov at the Europeans.
Superb leg strength. Stand you in such good stead when you've got that amount of leg strength and leg power behind you. They really are the engines for the lift. A very solid opening attempt on 192.
And you know what I loved about that as well, Michaela? How quiet was that lift?
No messing.
Just totally focused, knew the job that he had to do. So gets himself a total 360, which brings him right up to his entry total. So now it's bonus time, but bonus time he now needs to turn into medal winning time. In the gold medal position at the halfway stage, but still danger out there.
Yes, this brings back
the Kazakh.
Stafiev, second attempt on 192.
So this is where Alexei put up the weight here. This is a 6 kilo increase for this second attempt.
Oh, dodgy right arm, can he hold it?
Feet are steady and they are in line, which is another element of achieving a good lift, and he's got the 3 white lights, and well done to him because that brings him up to a total of 345. Second attempt, a good one, and he needs the third one as well. Arkadov, by the way, not due to come out until the bar reaches 200, and just to put that into perspective, that is equal to Rinat Kiriev of Russia's Universiade record set a couple of years ago in Shenzhen. Russia, the holders of this. This is the sort of area in the weight classes where the Russians in Europe are the dominant force.
Bar is now at 194, David. This brings back Sinclair now for his third and final attempt. This for a total of...
Well, he's got 346.
346 at the moment. Just dropped his chest there. Not have the legs to stand up with that. Well, that's left him with a total of 346. Looks like he's going to be finishing down in 4th place.
195.
Yeah, he's there in the same sort of territory as the Kazakh lifter Yevgeny Yevstafyev. But both of these men, sadly, they didn't really collect enough kilos in the first half of the competition to push them into that medal fight, which is sort of got underway with Okulov's 192. Chernai 190, of course, he's got in the bank, so I imagine those guys are going to go up 4 or 5 kilos. And here's Chernai out here to push the bar to 195. So a 5 kilo increase. This will take him up to 360.
And he has to work so hard on that clean.
Yeah, but he was strong overhead there.
So dynamic overhead, yeah.
And 360 it is, and he's actually now achieved his entry total. And he's basically, at the moment, at worst, I think, Michaela, it depends on the others, at the worst, I think he's sort of solidifying bronze medal position.
Yeah, well, I've got him down as a personal best of 193, and that was done back in 2011, unless I'm missing something here. But that's a 195, 3 kilos up. This is a lifter back in decent shape. Coach just saying, wait there, stay. Not that he can see him, he's from the side, but hey-ho. 195 stays on the bar. This is going to be the second attempt for Agasyan of Armenia. 5 kilo improvement from his first attempt.
He's on 340 as a total. Oh, odds against, I'm afraid. Too much energy. Oh, and a little close to the windpipe as well. Loaders, where he's...
Undo the belt. He's okay.
Yeah.
Just takes a split second there where the oxygen cut off to the...
disappointing to see nobody on the stage there, just to make sure that he was okay, but that's dented his ambitions, I'm afraid.
He's still got 1 attempt remaining. I can't see him going any heavier than that. But it looks like he could well be following himself as well, David. There's nothing worse than following yourself, and especially after you've just got so far through the lift and wasted so much energy. He's going to have a heck of a job to come back from that one.
It's interesting with the Armenians. If you think about 5, 6 years, I'm just trying to think of when were we in Europe for Vladislavovo for the Europeans. Must be...
I was still lifting then.
2006 or 7 or something like that. That was that they sort of really announced themselves as a force there, and I remember noticing at that particular European Championship they all turned up in brand spanking new tracksuits. They look, you know, they look very smart, but they really made a statement. You know, we are arriving, or we've arrived, and they had, you know, progressively some pretty good years, but just at the moment their efforts seem to have plateaued. Both in the women's and the men's division.
Got to remember as well, we're the year after the Olympic Games at the moment, so it's kind of normal to expect standards to be slightly down. Some athletes taking time out, some athletes recovering. You can't keep thrashing your body year in, year out. It's important as well to take the recovery, and it's good here to see a lot of the younger lifters coming through.
Absolutely, but I think this is also, you know, the European Championships, which were in April. That was the, you know, the first big competition after the Olympic Games, and I think this is a very useful stepping stone for a lot of lifters on their way to the Worlds in October in Poland. Definitely. In Wrocław.
Most lifters will have maybe 2 or 3 competitions a year that they peak for, and it looks like some of them have chosen this one.
Gives you a bit of barometer as to where you are with your training. Yes or no, Michaela?
No chance. It's just so hard. I mean, I've been there myself, having, you know, missed an attempt, 2 minutes to recover, especially when you've gone dizzy. It's hot out there as well. They're just genuinely struggling, and I think, you know, that was one weight too much, too far today.
96.
Well, I think we've just about arrived at the main course in a moment, but you can see here, I'm afraid the petrol tank was completely empty, and you need a really good, clear run. Successful lifts do that for you. And this is Okulov out here for his second attempt at 196. So this
signifies 30 seconds left. Taking his time.
He's building, mindful that his Russian teammate has yet to appear.
Wow, that was easy. Oh, goodness me. That's a 1 kilo personal best, and that looked like training weights. He could rep that by the looks of it. That was incredible lifting.
Well, interesting to see where he goes now. I guess a lot will depend on what his teammate does. But so far, that is 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. I think now he's going to be going back into the warm-up room. He's going to sit, he's going to wait, he's going to watch to see what his teammate can do. See what is needed to take the gold medal. It wouldn't surprise me if he came out and had a shot at it.
So, Kazakhstan, Yevgeny Yevstafiev, third and final attempt, also on 196 here. What a difference in physique between him and Okulov. Looks as if Alexei's got plenty of work to do with this young man.
It's not just about being big these days, David. It's about being in good athletic, physical condition and not wasting any body weight. Well, that was disappointing. Psychologically not there today. Walks off the platform shaking his head.
You know, he's giving 6 years away to the Russians, 7 to Okulov. So, can he be at the top of the world tree one day? Who knows? But certainly not today. And in fact, what that's done is he's obviously below Chernai, and he finishes below Sinkrayan as well, who, as you earlier suggested, Michaela, was going to end up in 4th place, and that's now verified as a result of that failure. And now Chernai. Well, he just needs to consolidate now, doesn't he, if he can. 199 on the bar for a 364 total. He's got the overall bronze. Nobody can take that away from him, whatever.
His last lift was a personal best. This really is well out of his comfort zone. Doesn't have the legs to stand with it today. Shake off that knee.
Actually, looking back, just something I've just checked up on, Michaela. He was 4th 2 years ago in the FISU Championships, Summer University, and actually picked up 193 in Shenzhen. So that's he was trying something which wasn't, you know, a million miles away from.
Yeah, 193 was his best. He did a 195 here today, which is a new best. So this was a big ask. Not today.
You know, he's made his total, and he's got a bronze medal for Moldova. So, you know, he's moved up in a big way, set new marks all the way through, so well done.
We've got 200 kilos on the bar now.
And we're up to university record time and the appearance of Apti Akadov. Now remember, he was down by a kilo behind teammate Okulov, but this 200 is going to take him up to 367 if he gets it.
Very technically proficient, has to land that in exactly the right place, and he did. That looked comfortable. Well, the competition really is hotting up now between the two Russians. Akulov now has got to make a decision. Does he go for it? He's going to call the weights here. Look, sorry, 200, I think he's going to go 203 kilos he's asked for on the bar.
Which would be a 7 kilo increase.
And enough to put him in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, that would take him to 371. Russia have got it to themselves, but who's going to come out as top man?
Today's stars, tomorrow's leaders.
Well, it's all come down to a head-to-head duel between the two Russians. Artem Okulov, 19 years of age, the junior world champion for Russia, and Apti Akadov, a year older, the reigning European champion. Now, the bar's gone to 203, which would be a new university record. And, of course, at 371, this would be a huge new personal best for this man. 203 is 15 kilos short of Zhang Yong's clean and jerk world record, but we're not too interested in that. We're interested in which one of these Russians can prevail. So
it's a 7 kilo increase, David. This is a big lift for him.
And it's for 6 out of 6. Great clean.
Technically proficient, very dynamic, working hard, and he's got it. 203, new personal best. Look how chuffed he is. I think we're going to see a lot more of this man in the future, David.
Well, the Russians have really got a great situation to have two men at 85 kilos pushing each other like this at the ages of 19 and 20 respectively, and well, a real triumph. 6 out of 6. He could do no more. 168 in the snatch phase, 203, 371, and he's exceeded his entry total by 11 kilos. And whatever happens, he can't be worse than silver, but at the moment he's in gold.
It's great to see somebody so good technically. And the thing is, the better you are technically, the more consistent you're going to be. If you're consistent, you nail the weights, and the results are there. Hey, steady on, you don't often see the Russian coaches smiling.
Now, okay, you've seen the hors d'oeuvre, now I'm here, the main course. 200 he's got, this is 205. Second attempt, he is heavier than his teammate, so he needs this, and that's a good clean.
And he's got it, the shoulder flexibility to get himself into that position, just superb.
And that's the title, by a kilo, because he's got one attempt left, but of course, Okulov, nothing wrong, but he's used all his attempts, and Apti Akadov with his second clean and jerk attempt. So, stats-wise, that means 4 out of 5 lifts made, and it's entirely up to him if he comes out for another lift, but I fancy that he won't bother.
No, he looks like he's celebrating there. He's for the Russians to be smiling, that means it's job done. He's back to the warm-up room.
Yeah.
What more do they need to do? You know, first and second.
Yeah. Very strong, and you know, but for that one sloppy first snatch, he would have a 100% record. But you've got to admire the fact that he's come back and he's totaled up 372. But let's put that into context. He wins it by a kilo, and then you can see there place Chernai of Moldova and the head of the Romanian in 4th place, but way back. And that is actually 16 kilos below the total that Akadov pushed himself to win this year's Europeans. What is interesting about this competition is that Okulov has now got himself within 1 kilo of the winner. So I think the World Championships are going to be quite interesting in this particular weight category. I always think that this is a category, well, in the days of Piros Dimas and Mark Huster, 85 kilos was a major headline category. And he's got something about him, hasn't he?
He has, and I think, you know, he's going from one result to the next. athlete in fantastic shape for the British lifters out there. Anybody aspiring to step into this sport, it's not just about how big and how strong you are. These guys are well developed in the right places. The power is in the legs, in the backside. They are superbly strong.
Nice congratulations round there. And as you say, this doesn't come easy. This is as a result of some very hard, long, consistent day-by-day work in the training hall.
You got